Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is still Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. And hold on one second. So two things we're going to talk about in this video, okay? So the first one we're going to talk about is an upcoming project that I have going to be happening here tomorrow. Okay, we're going to be working on a project here tomorrow, and I'm going to kind of explain to you what we're going to do. Second thing, we're going to talk about the Supreme Court decision in New York State concerning people getting rehired that were fired and getting back pay. We're going to talk about that in a moment as well. But first of all, I wanted to show you, so this greenhouse here, I've had it for a few years now. And what we had initially, like I said, we had put the plastic on and had stapled the plastic all in place. Well, what needed to be done, what hadn't been done yet, I have lathing that will go, so you can see the 2x4 under here, right? 2x4 here, across here, all right? What we're going to end up doing is we're going to be running, lathing over the top of this and then screwing it all in, which will secure the greenhouse that much better. It's going to help it, because I'm going to show you over here real quick. There is a spot up here right now, and you can actually see, yeah. So we have the two layers of the plastic. That plastic here has come loose. These staples were not meant to be a long-term thing, and they have been. So with the storm that we had in the wind, that had come loose. So that's going to have to be, got to put some ladders up here, get up there, put that back in. Then the lathing is going to go over that whole thing. And so the entire greenhouse will be done that way. Now, the high part, we can get the ladders up so far, and then we're going to have to use the ladders, or climb up there. Well, Rick is not as heavy as I am. I mean, I outweigh him by about 50 pounds. So he's going to be the one that's going to do the very peak type of stuff, because he's not, obviously his weight is not as much as mine. And it will hold. I mean, it holds a heavy snow load, but this will secure the greenhouse more so that it can be used, coming up this spring, and they can get stuff growing in here much sooner and that type of thing, which will be a good thing. And so that is going to be a project that we're going to start tomorrow morning, and I will get some video of it and show you guys what we're doing. I can walk in here and I can show you. So we have all of this here. There's more over there. We may start with this stuff. I'm not sure, because Mom had stained this. I don't know if this has been stained or not, but we got a lot of this that we can use. And it will go, and like I said, see the leaves have gathered in that corner. That's got to get pulled out, and you can see where, so, excuse me, there's two layers. So you got the inner layer and the outer layer. And so we're going to make sure that the outer layer is secured. And with using, I'm going to pre-drill holes in the lathing, if you will. And then we're going to screw that down into the 2x4s, which is going to hold that outer plastic. It's a heavy duty plastic. And so that is, the project for that. So that's going to be a huge thing that's going to help, moving forward, in getting, this more squared away to utilize early spring. Right now, it's basically all the kindling goes in here that gets used over the winter. So Becky goes out, she picks up kindling wood, and, that gets all stored in here. And it's kind of, basically been a catch-all that we have in here. And so, that is what has been utilized in here. But, so that's kind of what it turned into this year, simply because I did not utilize the greenhouse this year, because I had planned on moving. I planned on selling the property, so we did not use it. Obviously, next spring, we absolutely will. And this is the way we can start getting things going much earlier and getting a good start on growing before the weather, is ready outdoor in New York State to do that. What we're going to end up having to do at some point In the ceiling up here, we have the fans up there, which are great. That blows the air down. We're going to have to put a vent up here. So we're going to have to work on that so that we can open it up and so that hot air, really hot air, can escape during the warmer temperatures, because it gets like ridiculously hot in there. So I'm going to show you what else. So of course I checked, because that's what Dad does when he gets home from being in West Virginia. And this tank is a 1,000-gallon water tank. The water for this from this tank is what we utilize for the house over here. It was down quite a bit. I got a steady flow of water going right now. It is definitely much higher than it was, but we got a long way to go. So we're just let this run for a few more hours. And you can see the flow is not like open full bore, because the well is an artesian well, so the water is always coming up. I don't want to tax the well too hard. So this way it's going to work. It's going to take care of what it needs to take care of and get that water tank refilled. And so, you know, I mean, I'll be here for a week, and so that is something that's going to be happening. All right, the second part of this video that I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about the situation with the Supreme Court of New York. The Supreme Court of New York has ruled it unconstitutional that these people were fired because they would not get vaccinated, right? So they're going to get their jobs back. They are going to get back pay. Now, anybody out there knows, they know who Angry Prepper Jason is. I've already talked with Jason today. Jason retired because he would not get the vaccine. Anybody that knows that story knows that that's why he retired. He may not get any back pay because he was not fired, he retired, but he should be able to get his position back in the fire hall to be able to get more years of service in place before he retires when he wanted to. So he would just, hopefully, it would just be a separation thing for him, and that would be great. That would be great. I think it's a huge victory for people, you know, and hopefully that you know, that people will get their jobs back. That the people that were fired will get their jobs back, and they will get back pay, you know, if they want to come back. You got to remember, there was a lot of nurses, doctors, CNAs, medical staff that would not get it, that lost their positions. So they should be getting their positions back, should be getting that back pay and stuff like that, which would be fantastic. And I just think it's a great victory for people, for human beings in general, because people should not be forced to do something that they do not want to do. It is as simple as that. And to lose your job, especially if you did your job well, to lose your job over that situation, in my opinion, strictly, allegedly, it was ridiculous. So, you know, good to see something good coming out of this situation. What are you doing? What are you doing, little precious one, little fluff girl? You're so cute. You're the best cat. Yes, you are, and you're so soft. So soft. She's such a good cat. But anyway, so that's going to be our project tomorrow. We're going to get that greenhouse squared away, get that on there, and that's going to make things much, much better for us. I'm going to show you what they wanted, what kind of came with it was this tape stuff here that's on there. Well, it was ridiculously sticky and it was a mess to work with, so we put a little bit on and then we stopped. But with putting the lathing on here, the strips, furring strips if you will, and screwing them in, that's going to lock everything down. The gaps, the wind is not going to be able to get in, pull this up, you know, and get into these and do this. Like I said, these staples, like this staple's already pretty much out, right? These staples were not meant to be the long-term solution. So, good thing there. Going to be a chore, but we'll get it done, and I think it'll be a good thing, and we will go from there, and we will rock this out. And I think what we may do, I can definitely see I'm probably going to end up here on the high part as well, but that's okay. We'll get it figured out. You can see, like right there, a staple coming out right up on that part there. So like I said, these staples were not meant ever to be a long-term solution. So, but it's going to be a good project. It's going to keep us occupied, and securing the dome of this greenhouse is important. I want to have this and utilize this for many, many years to come. And like I said, again, for the New York property, again, I'm never selling the New York property now. I've decided I'm not selling it. Becky's over here, and Heather is, staying in my place over here. And so they have a roof over their head. They're not going to have to worry about, is that going to be happening or not happening. You can see this, see how this one's blowing, right? That came loose. So again, we'll put that here straight down. Once we put that in, that ain't going anywhere. So definitely going to be a good thing. And but we can get the gardens going in April in the greenhouse, right? By the time the May comes around, we get to mid-May. Hopefully we'll be able to plant by the end of May, at the latest. But we get a good start with our plants in the greenhouse, growing from seed. That is the game plan. So, as of right now, and I think I have told you guys this, January, February, I do not plan on coming back to New York. We'll see what happens depending on what the weather's doing, what we're looking at. I may and I may not. But as of right now, the game plan is not to come back up here in January or February. I still plan on coming up next month. I'm still planning on coming up in December. So, and then we're going to leave March up in the air and see what March looks like. But, it'll all come together. But anyway, guys, that's what we got going on. So that's an upcoming project that's going to start tomorrow. We'll get rocking on that. And so it'll be very productive, I think. So anyway, I am going to jump off of here for now. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you all are being safe. Real quick, I did want to mention my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse One community over there, which is a resource that we have set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. We also have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So check them out as well. So again, if you go to my website, you will see the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. So definitely check that out as well. And if you decide to make a purchase over there, when you go over to their website, use the discount code PrepperNurse1. You will save 15% on your purchase. So definitely a good savings there. So anyway, that is that. I hope everybody, again, I hope you guys are being safe. I hope you all have a great day. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.